3-1. I figure you need the extra coffee. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Hey, yesterday went well. Finished the DLC. One of them finished the Descent last night. Today, I want to play through the end of the main game, the main campaign, and get into it, maybe finish Jaws of Hakan. So we'll see if that happens. We will see. A lot to do. We've got about 90 hours in this playthrough so far, including the Descent. We've got a 12-hour stream today, so plenty of time, and an 8-hour stream tomorrow. But we actually have a lot to do. Trespasser, we're going to aim to do Trespasser tomorrow. That might take, I've been told, 6 to 10 hours. We've got a, kind of fits in there. We might have Jaws of Hakan spilling over into tomorrow. Hey, Kim, good morning. It's just the three of us. It's just the three of us. Private stream. If anyone else is out there lurking, watching this later, good morning. Cheers. I want to spend a little bit of time here at the beginning of the stream today looking at what we picked up yesterday. Schematics, resources.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Not today. Not today, Ty. Not today. Good morning, man. What's up? Welcome.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Faceless protagonist. Thank you for the host. Welcome, Faceless. Faceless one.
Message coming in.
Edge.
Patching it through.
Thank you for the host. I'm guessing some of this is Twitch has a new auto-hosting system you can set up. I think a lot of people are trying it, using it. You're all out there.
Message coming in.
Ty, thank you for the host. The hosts have been going crazy lately, and the clusters of hosts. I think a lot of that is auto-hosting, but probably not all of it. Still in the deep roads, but we're done. We're done here. There's things we could do. We could go in search of more loot and a few more fights, but that boss fight was excellent. Boss fight was excellent last night. This table we should remember while crafting. Oh, you're kidding me. They sell dragon resources here? They sell dragon resources here. Wow. They don't sell Fade Touched, but was that here all along? Or did they add this after we beat the DLC? Damn. I did not come out of this DLC with the kind of coin other people did. I guess there used to be some tricks to getting extra coin. But still 67,000. It's way more than I had 15 going in, or 20. And it looks like if we want to make stuff out of dragon materials, we can. God, I want my Fade Touch Silverite back. So here's what I want to do. Beginning of the stream, I want to go over schematics, crafting, do some resourcing. We need to go in hunt of Fade Touched items so that we can we can make everyone dragon weapons, make a little bit of dragon armor. And I was gonna say we need to go after some of the remaining 5 dragons to get some of these materials. Like we can buy some of these materials. Very expensive though. But we can get some. Guten Abend, those of you. Entropic and Lamia. The Germans have landed. Really? They sell tier 4s? Got a bunch of schematics for finishing the DLC yesterday. I didn't even see what names they were. I just saw them fly by. Went into a bit of overtime to get that done. It was a lot of fun. Tier 3, I don't see any Tier 4 axe schematics. Tier 4 maul schematic. Tier 4 staff schematic. See, now we're getting somewhere. Tier 4 staff, lyrium infused. Tier 4 dagger, stone stalker blade. I don't know if that's an AoE dagger. Sarah was getting AoE daggers, but look at that. Tier 3 dual blade. Even that would be nice. Lyrium reinforced Tier 4 bow. Yes! Oh, I'm making one of those ASAP. Catches the Fade Touched. Catches the Fade Touched. We need Fade Touched items for that. I think the cheese wheel is finally going to go away. We're going to have to make some shields like that. Revered Defender Bulwark. Good lord, look at that shield. So, want to spend some time crafting some kick-ass gear this morning, and then make a push through the main campaign, and then Jaws of Hakan. And we may or may not finish Jaws today, but tomorrow we need to finish Jaws and do Trespasser. Prestige, pretend I'm not here. Hey, we had some, it wasn't actually yesterday, but we got people passing 2,000 hours in the bot. And the bot is not even as old as some people's accounts, some people's follow date. So the bot doesn't know how long some people have spent here. Still, the 2K club is really small for now. Here's to the 2000s. The 1500s, and the 1000s, and the 500s, and the 250s, and the 100s, and the 50s. It is awesome. It is awesome to see people spending so much time here. The heck's wrong with you? Why are we all here? What are we doing? Okay, cleansing runes. Maybe we'll even make some runes today. But we got tier 4 schematics. Yay! We don't seem to have a tier 4 longsword schematic, and that's bizarre, isn't it? Why did we get everything tier 4 except a longsword? In fact, I don't even have a tier 3 longsword. Make Cassandra a nice axe. We don't need to do the crafting here, but we can buy awesome crafting materials here. So we may come flying back. Let's go to Skyhold. Here's what we will get to today. This is our first major order of business after some crafting. We need to do some resourcing for that, and maybe a little bit of inner circle questing, some unresolved business. Blackwall ran off, and I didn't get to turn in the memories. Timing. Bring me the Heart of Snow White. Could have done that a long time ago. I think we're well over leveled for it. We should do that. Won't take long. Obtain the Heart of a Snowy Wyvern from the Exalted Plains. Go to the war table to find Samson's weakness. Probably should have done that after the stream. Might have a cutscene though, so that's saved. Attend Mornay's execution. This is tied to Blackwall disappearing. And the odds and ends that are left in the deep roads will probably just leave there. Emerald Graves. We've got side quests in various places. We have more shards to unlock shard doors. A lot of that stuff at this point is going to have to fall by the wayside. If there's any awesome side quests you want to see, I want to fight more dragons. We've got 5 down, 5 more, and maybe we'll fight all 5 of the remaining dragons. Maybe we won't fight all 5. We're definitely going to fight more dragons. I want to fight more dragons. But I want to get the story through. I want to get the main campaign done today. If by some chance we don't get much of Jaws of Hakan done today, it'll put us in a weird position tomorrow. 8 hours is not enough to do Jaws of Hakan and Trespasser. We're moving on to Doom on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. And the October schedule is already a little tight. We're spending a lot, considering it's the 8th of October, and we're still doing a game we started in mid-November. Whatever the last month is. Just flip it around. Scratch that, reverse it. You get me, right? Right? So, we gotta get it done. We're gonna have to let some side quests and things fall to the side so we can stay on the main quest. Main quest in Dragon Age Inquisition, and I've not played Trespasser. I hear Trespasser has a better ending for the game than the main game does. While I won't spoil it here and now, I'll say that it's uninspiring. Uninspiring. Looking forward to doing something tomorrow with Trespasser that puts a better capstone on this whole thing. Gives us some lore, some stuff I've never played, and a more fitting end to the 100-hour investment. Snowy Wyvern. Blackwall's not here. Can't turn that in. Was there anything to actually do at Skyhold? Let's talk resources. Here's what I want to find. Fade Touch Silverite or Obsidian. And Fade Touched Ring Velvet. I actually have... There's 2... Can't explain this, so if anyone understands why, please tell me why. 2 different types of Fade Touched Ring Velvet. They're both Masterwork Tier 2, but they have different properties. one I have is not the one I want more of. Fade Touched. Fade Touched Ring Velvet. There's a different version that triggers Hidden Blades. We can continue that discussion later. For now, I'm just curious about where. Where do we find, what's a good place to get Velvet, Ring Velvet, with the possibility of Fade Touched Ring Velvet? Same thing for Silverite. I should look this up while I'm asking you. Let me also look this up, but if you know, hit me with it. Better come in with some of these answers. Inquisition. Where to mine Silverite? I could probably dig up a few places in my head. What I'm looking for is a good place. What's a good place to farm Silverite? Emprise? What part of Emprise? Between High Throne and Tower Camp. World Graves, 4 nodes. 4 nodes is not a lot. Emprise across the bridge that requires repairing, which we've repaired but haven't crossed. I like the sound of that. Inside the cave where you fight the level 23 dragon. Hey, I like the sound of all this. Dragon and Silverite nodes. You can save scum the nodes or just warp around, right? Same thing with Blood Lotus. We either need to farm some of that for bees or buy it. Farm it or buy it. Gotta check in with the ward table. Let's see what's done, needs doing. If there's any areas we can unlock too. Oh, how was everyone's Friday? How was Saturday going? All you future people. All you from the future. Tell me of Saturday. Was it a good Saturday? What lies in store for us? Death of good Sir Ruth. Our aid warden, Ruth, was able to locate a particularly deep enclave of dark spawn, and she did enough damage to disperse it. She was down in the deep roads. Not that there was a likelihood of running into her, or that they should have done that, but would be cool. If we were in the deep roads for the DLC, and you send Sir Ruth down into the deep roads, it would be neat if you run into her down there. Avenger. Delicate negotiations. The talks between Ferelden and Orlais took place in Jader. It was not easy to keep matters from spiraling out of control. King Alistair is no diplomat, after all, and had little patience for the endless fanfare. Thankfully, the Orlesians are uninterested in more war, and we were able to smooth the way toward an eventual peace treaty. King sent along a sword that once belonged to the Ferelden hero King Callan had, as thanks for what the Inquisition helped create. Well, that's a half-empty view. Dan says Saturday future is bad because Sunday is coming, which makes Monday closer. Yeah, that's not what I was going for. All that glitters. Protect Val Gamord from the... Memo from Liliana written on a letter from Sarah. Sometimes we trade off baddies. Some knob learns your tricks. Message another red Jenny. Now you're twice as hard to catch. Looks like magic, except no demons. And no magic, I suppose. Anyways, the caravan we took over, there's 2 leads on that. From 2 other Jennies. Good ones, too. Simple sketches of the other red Jennies and their locations are scribbled below. Their mustaches seem improbable. Cullen wants nothing to do with it. Funded from Tangervale. They may be open to an alliance after the trouble in Kirkwall. Go, Liliana.
Let's see what we have.
Oh no, Lemia's getting the buffer wheel again. The numbers do look good here at the moment. Keep an eye on it. Nobody likes the buffer wheel. Report from one of Cullen's forward scouts. Sightings in the north of Red Templars with armor and weapons adorned with dwarven runes. There are no known entrances to the deep roads in that area, and no missives from Orzammar about missing traders, but they keep next to non-existent records of surface dwarves. Venatori may be making use of dwarven slaves, possibly from Tevinter. Not their usual preference, but also not the first unusual thing they've done. Recommend further investigation in force. Rush it. Crush it.
Inquisitor.
Crush it, Cullen. Go crush it. Denzel, you'll be half AFK, playing some Dark Souls. I need to double check that I've got Doom installed before before Tuesday rolls around. Favor returned. Ambassador Montilier. Special mission for Josephine. Willem of the Anderfels is about to celebrate the third birthday of his only son, Prince Baldwin. Fascinating. Do the thing. All the lore I like in this game, and I think Inquisition, the lore holds up very well in Inquisition. The books and bits are great. War table lore is not my favorite lore. There's the occasional thing. I don't know. I'm okay with the war table. It doesn't bug me like I know it bugs some people. At the risk of getting stuck in 30 minutes of conversations, I want to make a pass, talk to companions. I've gotten too neglectful in recent RPGs.
In the thick of the game again. The last time I was at Alam Shiral was Countess Letienne's wedding. There were a dozen affairs, 5 secret alliances, and a duel between 2 chevaliers over the vintage of an Antivan port.
Overlapping conversations.
The Duchess was unmasked. I've never seen the Winter Palace in shock.
There are a few companions and advisors I haven't even spoken with since the Winter Palace.
No one can say the evening wasn't memorable.
They've already begun composing songs about it in Val Royale, no doubt. The game's become increasingly insular in the past few years. Corypheus skillfully took advantage. It's disturbing so few people in the Orlesian court were aware of the Duchess's machinations.
The Empress realized she was in danger.
She's always in danger. Those loyal to her should have practiced more vigilance. But let's not lose sight of victory. Your actions at the ball have secured us allies and favors alike.
Ball was a viper's nest. The icon. There have been a couple of these unique icons in conversations with companions. What is the icon meant to iconify? Ball was a viper's nest. I see a man turn to the side. What is that meant to iconify?
Insular
What am I supposed to get from that?
half-truths, everyone
said it's
sizing
different.
up everyone else. It reminded me of home.
I completely understand the feeling, Inquisitor. Let's hope the next ball either of our families holds is quieter than this one, shall we?
Sometimes the special option is marked with a star. Star meaning special, different, look at me, I'm your unique option in the dialogue tree. But sometimes it's a little colorful painted image and not just a star. And that's, I'm just curious. Is it the same thing? They just decided to draw something for it sometimes.
Corypheus claimed it's a spell gone wrong.
I wanted to think it was a blessing. A sign the Maker was returning to his creation. How credulous of me.
Maker isn't of this world.
The Maker hasn't shown himself for some time. There's no reason he'd start now.
Perhaps you're right. Does it hurt? The anchor, that is.
That, yeah, that makes sense. Kim, thank you for looking it up. That actually makes sense. The man icon means that option was only available to humans. So if you were an elf inquisitor or yeah, Kunari inquisitor, I get you. That makes sense. Only available to humans. Not made very clear. Does make sense in hindsight with explanation. But...
Only when I laugh.
Very good, Inquisitor.
Star means the option is rare. It may only appear for certain types of characters or may be based on past circumstances. Learn something new every day. Need to talk to... We already spoke to Dagnaz. Oh, Samson! I didn't do the next ward table quest. We need to do something on the ward table related to Samson. And I didn't look closely enough for it. We've actually got it mentioned in the journal. Alright. Go to the ward table to find Samson's weakness. Okay, when the opportunity comes back around, which will be 30, 40 minutes. Or maybe less. One of them was 30, and we're past that already. What tier 4 schematics did we get? Tier 4 light, heavy, and medium helmets. And no tier 4 light armor. Medium armor. Did get tier 4 heavy armor. That's why we need Fade Touched items, because we could craft this stuff right now. I have a fair amount of dragon bone, dragon webbing, dragon scales. And we can buy some more. I don't mind spending the coin on it. We got a good 40, 50k from the DLC. I don't mind dumping that back into resources, dragon materials. So we can make stuff, but we need Fade Touch. That's why I want to go on a hunt. I guess we're going to Empress. Maybe we're going to go fight a dragon and while looking for Silverite. See what happens there. I'm going to get back to using... I think the only character I switched bees on. But I don't have the Blood Lotus. We're going to either need to buy or harvest a bunch of Blood Lotus. Gee, thanks. I'm sorry you're stuck on mobile quality right now. At least you can hear and kind of follow a little better than just text. Jay's head is 9 big blurry squares. Isn't it always? Isn't it always? Inventory's a little stuffed, but I don't want to think too much about it right now. I want to go do something, at least get running around. So we're going to Empress. Let's see if I can figure out where in Empress the bridge was. Get it the right place. Completed operations. Yes, bridge. Guards near there. So, this the one? Somewhere over here. Cave, level 23 dragon. Check me on that if you know. Mama's Ring, Shard, Suladin Keep. Shards. Rid the quarry of Red Templars, villagers, freed things. Lots of things. We were down there freeing villagers. That's when the stream bugged out. Not last night, but the stream before that. Wall. Missing. You. Dapper egg, come forth. Let's give Sarah fresh air. Now, Kim, I've started to wonder what Twitch is doing. They've talked a lot about making transcoding more available to non-partners. They were talking about it already months ago, and they've been talking about it again recently with TwitchCon. Whatever their internal plan is, it has been more consistent. I've noticed that too. It's extremely pleasing to me. It's one of the most important things that I can think of that I would change about the streaming experience. Had that all the time, and I used to talk about it a lot more. If I ever get partnered and had transcoding all the time, I would consider upping the stream quality, doing some tests with higher bit rates, maybe some 60 FPS. But if it's unpredictable, I'm very hesitant to do that. Well, it's been getting more consistent. I'm starting to think we could play around with that. I love it. Okay. Completed operations. It's down this way, yeah. Cassandra doesn't have any regen potions. Let's replenish. And Sarah needs a point or 2 or 3 spent. We get level 22? I don't think so. We're still level 21. Sarah. What passives would you get? When your stamina's exhausted, you fight harder. Alchemy. Concentrated elixirs, damage bonus. Ambush, armor penetration coming out of stealth. I have witnessed Sarah using stealth quite a bit when we brought her out. Keep that going. See if she regains any substantial health from that. Gear, she might be behind in gear. I pulled some things off her. I think I gave her at least a suit of armor. Got some nice new daggers. She can't use them yet. Bunch of junk we need to sell. Oh, perfect for Sarah. Perfect for Sarah. I gave Solus as my old tier 3 armor with a bit of guard building. Solus has that because it was made with Snowflare skin, which was a rare leather that removes armor class restrictions. He's wearing it. Wonderful. Perfect for her. So we put her in something random. And, yes. Very good. The Solus could be wearing these robes of the High Keeper. Instead, he's wearing medium armor. But it lets him build guard. That Cowl of the Overseer. Cold Fire Magic Defense versus Cunning and Magic. It's like a cap for an egg, doesn't it?
Word for you.
It wasn't Sarah, it was Cassandra who needed regen potion. That guy who just laughed, that laugh reminded me of the NPC in Witcher, in Wild Hunt, who farts and then laughs at his own joke, his own fart. But that was the same laugh. No, I swear, it was the same laugh. Just the only thing missing was the fart. You know who I mean. You know who I'm talking about. Especially at Crow's Perch. It doesn't just happen at Crow's Perch, but the Baron's men love to laugh at their own farts. Judicale's Crossing. Oh, this Colosseum. Is this not the hardest dragon to fight? Or are there 2 dragons over here?
Dude here.
Dude! The dude abides. Been waiting for the dude to abide again for a while. How you been, dude? See? Yeah, more than one. There be dragons. Right now the goal is resources, and we might end up tangling with the dragon or 2. What I want is Fade Touched Silverite and or Obsidian and Fade Touched Ring Velvet, and it's not going to be so easy to find. So we're going to be exploring, resourcing, and crafting before we really go to take on dragons. If we run into one, we might give it a go, though. Hector in his time of dying. Hector is one of the Chantry's anointed. In Andraste's time, he was Lord of Navarra and one of the Prophet's most loyal followers. According to some Orlesian legends, when Mafarath betrayed Andraste and Tevinter captured her at Hector's stronghold in Navarra, Hector leapt to her defense and was shot full of arrows. He survived long enough to see Tevinter soldiers drag Andraste away. In this particular depiction, Hector appears as a young and handsome man, lounging in a position many consider inappropriate to the depicted subject. Some have decried the statue, arguing that Hector seems to be greeting a lover rather than grieving the betrayal of his prophet. This looks familiar, like maybe we go in and around and up and there's a dragon up at the top of this place. Again, probably not ready to fight the dragons over here. Still gonna go exploring and see what's up. Hivernal, yes, I think that's gotta be a dragon already. Let's go say hi. Hi, Hivernal. Oh, it's level 19 dragon. We might just do this. I don't know that we've got the right party for it. Cassandra, the Dapper Egg, and a disagreeable elf named Sarah.
A dragon. I suppose we must fight it.
That failed wonderfully. I'm gonna do this. I didn't replenish Solus's regen potions. That muddles that part of that plan. I want to do some preemptive regen. We might be able to take this dragon quickly by doing a whole lot of damage. Sarah's not guard building anymore because I gave Solus the armor that I made for her. Solus is actually doing guard building at times. I don't think I got the Mark of Death trigger there either. Not like I wanted. Sarah, bring the bees. Solus, you've been doing all right for a minute. Have a potion. A Rusty. Boom! Got like a, was that a 13,000 Mark of Death detonation? Go, Solus, where are you standing? I have a feeling we're getting a wing buffet really soon. Stupid as it may be to move your mage closer to a dragon, something tells me we're about to get a wing buffet. How's my stamina? Alright, we didn't get a wing buffet. So, look at Solus! Oh, nice freeze. The other dragon in the background. Beautiful. This is just beautiful. There are too many numbers, but I think I got a decent detonation there. This dragon's in a whole lot of trouble. Locked to 10, what's up? Sorry, a little distracted right now, but welcome. Everyone else is getting here now, welcome. Good timing. Hidden Blades. Hidden Blades, come on, where to go? Leaping shot, detonation. Oh, 17,700. Look at those death throws. The dragon goes through 30 seconds of death throws. How awesome is that? Superior grenades belt. Kick-ass staff. Look at all these goodies. And crafting materials. Hey, Chi, what's up? If dragons seem too easy, you could always turn on upscaling. We've got at least a level 23 dragon ahead. I don't know what the other 4 dragons levels are. One of them's 23, and the other 3, don't know. Hey, Chi. Troy! Oh man, I miss people rolling in during that. Troy, Luck to 10, Chi, South Pond, Zed Pass. Hey everybody. Heck yeah. Yeah, we can turn on upscaling. We need to do that from the game's main menu. Yeah, I'm not opposed to doing that, but here's the thing. It's not just the dragons it's going to affect. It's going to affect all the trash mobs, all the low-level stuff. And remember, timetable? We've got a 12-hour stream today and an 8-hour stream tomorrow. Here's a question I was getting close to asking. Let's say, what do you all think of Jaws of Hakan? How good is it? How good is it? I've heard it's very mediocre. Good at the beginning and kind of blah by the end. I don't know how accurate that is. I definitely want to play Trespasser tomorrow. We've got 8 hours for Trespasser tomorrow. We've got 12 hours today to finish the main campaign, do whatever else we want to do, side questing, and Jaws of Hakan. Or something gets bumped to like way in the future, November or later. I don't really want to do that either. So if we upscale so that we can have a few of the remaining dragons not be a few levels beneath us, what we're gonna run into instead is a lot of long slog fights, just going around trying to resource and like that. I don't know. I think we should just keep it. Play it straight. I want to play it straight. It's all good. Some of these dragons will drop fast. We've got 4 of them left. It'd be cool. At least one of them is gonna be a gnarly fight. According to our legends, what remains of the sun's heat left in the earth when Elgarnan threw the sun from the sky and buried it in the abyss, heats the hot springs in the dales. The waters of the spring have healing qualities. We've always treated them as sacred. Then, of course, Orlesians moved in, scarring them with their garish statuary. But fate is just. Last I heard, dragons had claimed the territory. Let's hope the beast made a meal of fat nobles who couldn't escape in time. Troy, hold on. I don't think I can see the rest. Once it got chopped off. Mediocre. Hakan was incredibly, amazingly, brilliantly mediocre. Nice, Troy. So the question in all that is, what would you think of skipping Hakan so that we can have more time today for the campaign, dragons, exploring, side questing, and then do Trespasser tomorrow?
This
so
reminds me of Skyhole.
It does. I guess it does. We have two choices for today. Try and do the main campaign and Hakan, or just spread out what's left of the main campaign and side quest. Either way, I want tomorrow to be Trespasser. Warrior's Resolve. Gain stamina when you lose health. Most of the time, Cassandra's health is up. If it ever goes down, she'll gain stamina. Well, she hasn't had major stamina issues either. It's got to be a better place to spend that point. Damage bonus against demons if we just pass Spell Purge, which kind of wanted anyways. Last sacrifice, should you fall, you give your allies the strength to fight on harder in your name. Yeah, I wanted that before too. Alright, we're going to pick up Spell Purge finally. Cassandra can aid in the dispelling of rifts if we dispel many more rifts. After rifts. Next would be champions, and then last sacrifice. Terrier, what's going on? Olus. Fully immersed in the spirit tree. Rift Mage continues to damage bonus versus weakened. That's just for him, right? It's not for the whole party. The passives in the Rift Mage tree don't sound... I hear Rift Mage is, really powerful done right. I'm not putting it to use. I'm also not micromanaging my party, so even if the Inquisitor could be a very powerful Rift Mage, Solus is behaving like a companion AI character, so never going to be a perfectly powerful Rift Mage unless I take control of him and spec him a certain way and learn how to do that right. WK, what's happening? South Pond, you said I don't see any problem with skipping it. To be honest, though, there's some Rift loot. Fade Touch, Silverite. Oh, you're speaking my language. Troy says skip it. Kim votes skip it. The Dale's Dragon is an electricity dragon. I think I remember that one. Is the Dale's Dragon the one where there's a bunch of like sulfur pools around? So you have to fight and stay on the elevated terrain that's just slightly elevated. So as you're moving about, you're avoiding toxic areas. Of course, the dragon moves about too, so it's a constant struggle. Or is that a different one? Sarah. Attacks on panicked or sleeping enemies are automatically critical hits. Oh, stock up on Blood Lotus and we'll be throwing lots more bees. They call it mercy killing. South Pond, the passives are incredible if you play a Rift Mage. Unlimited mana, perfect crowd control, without even understanding it fully. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. That I think if I were really studying it and playing it, it would be completely different than just letting Solus do his thing as a companion AI. Hey, Fuki. So, you missed the beginning of the stream, fell asleep, Terrier. Well, you did miss one dragon, which I sort of stumbled into. So I came up here for resources. I thought, great, we need Silverite. Did a quick search. Empress, Cave, Dragon, 8 nodes. Thinking we could get some Fade Touched. Is there anything else up here before we on? Oh, that's great. If the companion AI is just a little bit lacking. To dwell on that a little more, just to get a little more feedback. If I could squeeze a little more feedback out of a few more people Anyone uncomfortable with the idea of skipping Jaws of Hakan so that we can relax today for the 12-hour stream, finish the main campaign, side quest, explore, fight dragons, and then tomorrow we'll do Trespasser to really capstone this. Or Jaws of Hakan. Wasn't that day one DLC? I remember there being a bit of a fit thrown over Jaws of Hakan. Misery! Misery loving company. How are things, Misery? Jaws didn't come out for a while? Okay. So I misremember that completely. What, Alright. Behemoth! Did you see the Behemoth put armor up at the last second? He got guard up as he was dying. He got a full bar of guard. Oh. Same as ever. Same as ever. Well, I hope same as ever feels all right today. You get to hang out. You get to relax a little bit. You can spend some time with us. Kill some dragons. South Pond people were pissed the first two DLCs weren't connected to the main story, pretty much. Sometimes that's good for DLC, though. Not judging this here, but sometimes that's good. Depends on how much they're trying to vary the experience and the content. I have not found any resources out here yet, just Arbor Blessing. Lots of Arbor Blessing. Anyone know... Oh, excuse me. Cave. What I looked up... I still got it open here. Oh. I don't have the one open that I read. I don't know where it went. Something about there being 8 nodes in a cave with the level 23 dragon, which we have not. Not the one we just fought, level 19, Hivernal. Dragons. Hey, dragons. Leontine's Steward. Statues decorating the pools of the sun depict Havard, Aegis of the Faith, and Disciple of Andraste, bearing the prophet's ashes to safety. However, when Grand Duchess Leontine commissioned the statues for placement around the hot springs, she recommended her steward Bellamy to the sculptor for use as a model. Bellamy to the sculptor... Just repeat yourself. Rumor has it that Steward Bellamy was Leontine's lover. She wished to see his heroic form wherever she turned. Leontine commissioned at least 100 of the statues. 8 nodes.
I can sense elven magic somewhere nearby.
Sounds like hissing wastes. This is fine. We're good. Oh, this is good. He needed a nap anyways. Ah, but now we can't dispel. And I did not put Blessed Blades on the bar, so Cassandra also cannot dispel. No dispelling right now. Good times. Getting Solus up. Please, Sarah, Cassandra, stay up for a second. To preemptively healing a bit. Things fall apart. You just mark for death on autopilot. I gotta take that off of Jiraiya's tactics. Corrupt again. Killed the dragon on the island yet? I don't think so. Didn't Hakan come out on one platform like Xbox before anywhere else? Didn't it launch soon after the game? Yeah, Kim, got your follow-up message. There's still something about that sounds familiar. It didn't launch at the same time on every platform, did it? Silverite! I have Silverite. Hold on. These multiple Silverite nodes, we're gonna have to look at this spot on the map, even if it's only 2 nodes. It's the first Silverite I've even found. And across the bridge, northeast, in the little cove where there was a rift down from the Colosseum. Oh, there's a corpse in the water. That looks like Silverite too. That's 3 nodes. Nodes. He came up from over that way, so we probably already checked there. That's something else. Everite? Nope. Dawnstone. What about the ring velvet? Switching gears for a moment. What about the ring velvet? Is there a good place to try and get Fade Touched ring velvet? At least the 4th node, silverite. Nodes. No, I got you. Oh, you were... I thought it was a typo. Maybe I didn't get you. I thought it was a typo when you wrote that before. Okay. Beam it down. The other one got, what, knocked? Damn it now! Get wrecked! Where's the rest of the party? They are stuck somewhere. They're all stuck up there. Ah. Corpses usually carry ring velvet, right? Big exalted plains keep in the fallow mire. Sounds good. Sounds good. Fallow mire, so go wade through the water. We should be well over leveled for it, so we shouldn't have too much trouble. See if we can find some on the corpses in the water. I didn't even loot out all those corpses in the water when we were there because I didn't want the fights at the time. We went there kind of early.
Rose. No, wait. Robin's egg.
Is this another game?
Trying to guess the color of your underpants.
I don't wear underpants.
Everyone hear that?
Commando for the win. You hear that? Cassandra doesn't wear undies. Felindaris. We needed some more Felindaris for something, I think. Potion or a bomb upgrade. Was it for wasps? Was it to add wasps to the bees? Might have been Felindaris. Well, I think a run through the fallow mire would be the fastest because we should be well out. We should out level everything there pretty quick. And if we're looking for resources, why not? Oh, end of the world map. I didn't go to that Ocularum, did I? Not so important. Let's try that. Quick run to the Foulmire, and here's why I'm thinking that. I've already got guard building on my armor. And it's the nice one. It's the Fade Touch Silverite, gain 5 guard. I could make better armor, but we didn't actually get a new tier 4 medium armor schematic. So who needs guard building? Cassandra's already doing a great job of guard building. So we could make her some new armor, or give her that armor. Give her that armor right now. Solus does have guard building. I don't know why. It's not like I'm trying to follow a particular pattern here, but if I'm putting guard on people's armor, the only new armor schematic I want to use today is possibly that tier 4 armor for Cassandra, Bull. And then I want to make weapons. So maybe I'm thinking too much about trying to find the guard building, because Solus already has that. We do need more. I do want some for Dorian and whoever else. So, Foulmire, see if we can find... Where would we have started? Up here? Do we want to just follow the path and grab all the corpses on the way? There's also this... That's a trolley door. Hasn't that door already been unlocked? Isn't that a bugged icon and that's already been done? Of course, we could just make people new weapons with guard building. I want to travel. I want to walk from beacon to beacon and grab stuff off corpses. If we can find some fade-touched ring velvet of the correct type. And we need Blood Lotus, so bonus. Blood Lotus for replenishing bees. If you give a warrior Horn of Valor and the second upgrade to it, they will give the entire team guard. It's an option. How regularly will they be giving the entire team guard? It's also probably non-critical. I mean, we're going to get through the rest of this fine. I've heard that the Descent DLC, which scales to your level, is probably the hardest. Made it through that just fine. I could be overthinking the whole thing. We don't really need to focus so much on getting everyone guard building. We could play around with some of the other fade-touched items, masterwork mods. Just make some cool gear. We've got schematics for new staves, schematics for a new bow, schematics for new daggers. And we've got some stuff we can put in there. Here's level 11, so we're gonna wade right through it.
What now?
A good place for Blood Lotus, though. So let's hang around. Let's see if we can find some Fade Touch Ring Velvet. But I'm gonna try to stop being so rigid in my mind about what I need. Oh, you saw that, right? Tell me you saw that. Ah, stabbity, stabbity, stab. It's nice being overpowered sometimes. You get to see stuff like that. Do it again. Crack it. I'll take a quick look. I did look at it some streams ago. We were talking about Horn of Valor, and I was getting it confused with something else, so I may have to find it again. Horn of Valor. It's in a tree, the Battlemaster tree, which I have not even touched. So we'd have to respec Cassandra or someone else, like Bull. Let's say we switch to a go-to party of Cassandra and Bull and a mage. Maybe we respec Bull and give him Horn of Valor. We upgrade it with guard amount. Horn of Valor now grants guard to your allies each time they deal damage. So Horn of Valor applies. How long does it last? 10 seconds. So within that 10-second period, the party's going to build up 10, 20, 30%, 40% guard. Then there's going to be an 18-second cooldown. And if we make that... I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. But maybe not for Cassandra. Maybe for Bull. Because Cassandra's just doing such a kick-ass job the way she's spec'd right now. She builds her guard up. She holds her ground. She rarely drops. But if we bring Bull back out in the party more, that might be a thing for him. We could respec Bull. I've never felt comfortable with the way I've had Bull spec'd. He's not here anymore. Black wall split. But, you know, maybe later. Dawn Lotus. No, we just lost him when the stream crashed the other night at the end. I was just going to talk to him about turning in artifacts, and it triggered his leaving, and we haven't done anything further with that since. Since you're asking about it, quick quest check. Since we are leaning towards skipping Hakan, so we can do Trespasser comfortably tomorrow and go through the rest of the campaign today, this is what we're up to in the campaign, what Pride had wrought. We still have Revelations, Black Walls, Revelations, Memories of the Grey. Didn't get to turn those in time. Vivian. Find Samson's Weakness. So that's what's on the table today. If we're going to be skipping Hakan in the interest of not rushing things, we just let that one go. Then we get more time for finishing this, fighting dragons, relaxing for the 12-hour stream here today. Bull is a damn glass cannon to you, no matter how you spec him. That's been my experience so far, and why I made him sword and board, because I really wasn't keen on just having him die every 5 seconds. And it has helped, but it didn't exactly solve the basic issue of him being a glass cannon. Well, no success yet. Hey, Floridan. How are you? Is anyone who had to evacuate from the storm getting back to their places? Was I talking about Iron Bull? It was a little bit, yeah. Awfully stingy corpses.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Big Toll, thank you for the host and welcome. Stingy corpses, they're games being stingy with the corpses. I never looted out the corpses here, so where are they all? Thought there were a ton. Maybe it's because I'm not walking along the main path. The corpses are supposed to tempt you into the waters from the main path. All dropping diseased tissue. Is it the corpses that spawn that are supposed to drop it, or the corpses floating in the water? Because if it's the ones that spawn, I need to make sure I'm following up if they dropped any loot. I'm just getting plowed by this bog fisher. Cool. Yeah, they're being very stingy now. Does the loot table affected by your level? You're fighting things well below your level. Does it affect the loot that they drop in any way? I'm not seeing any stuff here. Maybe Exalted Plains or the Ghost Mansion in the Emerald Graves is a better spot. Let's try something different. Yeah, let's try something different. And it's not critical that we get this stuff. It would just be nice for crafting to have. Animals, huh? I'm just gonna leave it. Those aren't corpses. Loot. Hack and slash and hey, yeah, you did. Tried to sell me on Horn of Valor last week. Maybe we'll try it. Maybe we'll try it with Bull. So, Exalted Plains or Ghost Mansion in the Emerald Graves. Try. By Ghost Mansion, do you mean, is that the villa? Or what is the Ghost Mansion? Good. Hack and slashing good. Hope the same for you. I might finally listen to your advice from last week about the Horn of Valor. Yeah, a lot of input. Things get lost. I hope no one... Sure, it happens, but I hope no one ever feels too slighted by either advice I don't take stubbornly, because I am very stubborn, or just things I miss. In fact, I ask questions and then miss the answers. And that, I know that's got a sting. It's not on purpose. I certainly don't try to miss things, answers to questions I ask. But sometimes chat moves fast, sometimes it's slow, and I miss things anyways. Pretty distracting having multiple threads. Like having multiple conversations you're trying to listen to at the same time. Anybody a Battlestar Galactica fan? Baltar's got head 6 and he's got a conversation with someone right here, and then he's got someone in his head who's talking to him, and he's trying to have both conversations at the same time. That's what my life is like anymore. The constant string of multi-threaded conversations and events. Yeah, no, it's just part of the Twitch thing. It's hard. You can't be interactive down here and interactive up here and simultaneously 100%. Not the villa. There's another mansion if you follow the river. Follow the river. Got the cave down here, and then the river heads up this way. I better get a map. I better get myself a map, or I'm gonna be flying blind. Up in here. Here. Tomb, the Knight's Tomb, Din Hanin. No. Not gonna find it this way. Hard to explain without being able to point at your map. Yeah, so I'll let it go. It's frustrating trying to follow directions from chat. It's really hard. And I know it's really hard for you too. Gods in the graves. Grab that one shard while it's right camp. Yes, you're gonna let me do this. Oh, you're so gonna let me do this. Thank you. Right there. Pretty sure we got this Astrarium a while back. No. Ooh, we got a new Astrarium. Yay for brain twisters. I'm staring at the... I don't know what it looks like. When I'm staring there, what are you seeing? Not much. I'm actually staring at that thing over there. The far corner. The way the camera's flipped. But I'm just staring at it, is what I'm... Staring at it and running the track in my head. This one's gonna spin me right round. Start there and then break out. Start there. There. Jedi focus. It looks like you're staring at your coffee. I thought I almost saw it, but I forgot what starting position when I was gonna redo in my head what I was just doing that I think worked. It's hard to follow. That's a lot of points. What I'm thinking about right now is eliminating the center first. If we eliminate the center, start at the bottom of the little diamond in the middle, and we can eliminate the bottom. That. Out and over and up. Up and over and down. All right, I'm ready to try. I'm ready to try something. Ready to try something. We start here. Okay, now let me think about what I was doing here. So, I think I might have this. Oh, what about that? What about that? That. Shit. I just took the wrong point, too. That wasn't even the one I meant to take. Can I salvage that? Maybe. Actually, you know what, Troy? Today, I haven't had a beer in 3 weeks. Today, 3 weeks. 3 weeks. It's below the field with all the landmark markers. That helps, actually. That totally helps. I know exactly what you're talking about there already. Constellation, Solium. There are two common interpretations regarding the history behind the constellation Solium, commonly referred to as the Sun. The first is that it represents the fascination of early peoples, such as the Neromanians, predecessors to the ancient Tevinter Imperium, all objects in the sky, the sun and moon in particular. Indeed, many people believe proper depiction of Solium is as both. The second interpretation is that this constellation originally represented Elgar'nan, the head of the elven pantheon, who is also known as Eldest of the Sun. Modern scholars do not know which, if either, is true. Boom! I got a little worried there for a minute. I was going to be stuck on that. Yeah, eliminated the diamond in the middle. Then the bottom part came out to the side. And I had seen... I didn't end up doing it exactly the way I had mapped it out in my head. Something changed in the middle there, and it was salvageable. Okay, map. We're talking about under the landmarks. Chateau. Maybe in this area? Something in this area? Possibly. Middle of the map, far right. Middle of the map, far right. Like over here-ish. Let's set ourselves a marker and see if we can get that way. Troy, you got your eyes on a future beer already? I'll toast to that. I'll toast to that.
There might be something here. Better take a closer look.
Probably up higher. Oh. Bianca Arms 4, just randomly in the ground, we find upgrades for Varric's crossbow. A superb belt of health. Well, that was randomly awesome. We should get that belt of health. That's got to be it. There we go. That's got to be what you're talking about. Silver spray perch. So what are we looking for here? Fade touched ring velvet? And why might we find it here? Last chemo's on Tuesday. You get to drink 2 weeks later. You're thinking a Halloween 6-pack. Yes, that's what's up, Troy. Tuesday! Last chemo is Tuesday. Oh man, I bet you're counting the hours. I bet you're just counting the hours. Yeah, oh, hack and slashing. I was sort of tongue in cheek. My thought was, of all the places to find something super specific to Varric's crossbow, we find an upgrade for it randomly in a pile of dirt on the ground. Yeah, that makes sense. That was all. That was all. I mean, I knew that was for Varric's crossbow. How weird is that? I bet you we could get 3. Bet you we can get 3 for 1. I don't think I've ever gotten a 3 for 1 dispel. Goosh! And I did not map Blessed Blades for Cassandra, so I don't have access to that. I can map it, just need to do it. Hack and slash and you get your Velvet and M-Priest. Templars drop cloth like it's going out of style. Okay, well, so hack and slash, and we've been bouncing that around this morning. I want to find some more Fade Touch, Ring Velvet, what's the best spot, you know, and separately, maybe more Obsidian or Silverite. At the moment, we have none of either, and we're ready to craft. I want to make new stuff. We've got dragon parts, and we've got schematics. And what I don't have, is anything good Fade Touch to go with it. Southbound, unlimited walking corpses until you finish the mission in the mansion. Unlimited walking corpses. Well, let's see if the drop rate is... Play along.
Impressive place.
No guards, no staff. I suspect this place has been abandoned for some time.
Annette. Bell Rose. Horn diary page. Not fair. I want to go outside. I can hear the guests downstairs. Another party. There's always another party. Mother and father brought me a present to make me feel better. To make me better. They're just trying to shut me up. Cook's scared of me. She still calls me my sweets, but she's scared. Still, she hasn't told father or mother. She's afraid of me more than she likes them. I don't think Cook likes herself much either these days. I have a new friend now. She understands me. She'll help make things fair again.
That did not just light itself. Cassandra, Seekers go first, yeah?
Something stirs here. Stay alert.
From the look of their clothes, I'd say these men were looters.
Piss poor job of it.
Annette, matriarch of the House d'Anterre. Just got a message, gave me pause. Arcade here. Even Kiss, Volume 1. I'm gonna pass on reading this for now. I feel like we're gonna pick up a bunch of parts of this. Girl in Red Crossing. We're looking for resources. I don't want to spend 20 minutes sidetracking to read these right now. In fact, I'm thinking we pull the plug on looking for the resources. I'm not sure it's worth it. God, I want to read some of these though. We're here looking for corpses, ostensibly looking for resources. In the 4th, 5th place, we're going looking for resources, and we're not finding resources. Gotta drown. Good thing we found a dragon. Fuel for the cause. all the times to find 12 pieces of lore when you're on your 5th attempt to find a place where resources will drop. That's not when you want 10 pieces of lore to fall in your lap. Secret reading. Pages of a letter have been hidden inside a copy of the Antivan Kiss Volume 2. Box seems unassuming, but I'm told it works as intended. There's an enchantment to it. Attracted power before. Want more details? We'll talk more coin. We talk more coin. There are risks in asking too many questions. I doubt you care, so long as it helps with your little problem. Expect my fee in due course. Additions. Sounds kind of cool. How to prevent magic formation in the earliest stages. Should mage blood run through your line, no matter how distant the relation, avoid conceiving in winter. While with child, sleep with dried embryo beneath your pillow to ensure good health. Infants and most small children will show no signs of magic. However, you can purge the body of unwanted elements before they take hold. Place leeches on each of the child's limbs. When done, burn the leeches. Be sure not to inhale the smoke. Afterwards, wrap the child's limbs in cloth blessed by a chantry sister. A child showing signs of magic may be submerged in water until the breath is nearly lost. If magic is still weak within them, it will die before the child. Should the trouble persist beyond reason, certain talismans may suppress the child's skill.
There are more books on magic and how to contain it.
Such attempts never end well.
For you, maybe.
From the Canticle of Threnody. Chambers, an apology, ma chérie Colette. I am very sorry, but we must depart sooner than anticipated. Night terror seized my husband. He will not remain a moment longer. Honestly, I don't know what he's thinking rushing out of here so rudely. I hope you will forgive me for not conveying my regrets in person, but due to the late hour, we decided not to be a bother. I'm sure you understand. No, it's okay, Southbound. It's happened a million times. And it'll happen a million more. It's nothing, no apology needed. Hey, it's a mosaic piece. I get myself in these traps. I point out it's very hard to take directions from chat. And on top of that,
We should search the area.
I don't have a super specific goal. It just, the ambiguity compounds ambiguity. Sketch of Chateau d'Anterre, interior. Hall, arches, statue, or symbol at the... Drown your kids, folks. Keeps the magic away. No, 12-hour stream, we got plenty of time. I love the idea that we're gonna pass on Hakan to give ourselves more freedom and comfort playing through the rest. And then tomorrow for Trespasser. Then we don't have to worry about tomorrow finishing Hakan and having enough time for Trespasser. I've got 8 hours scheduled for tomorrow, and if we needed slightly less or slightly more for Trespasser, we're good. We'll do it. Now I feel much better about it. So the first break is coming up in about 15 minutes.
This place makes my skin crawl.
And we'll just mess around until then. Hey, it was a corpse and ring velvet. This is, we may not be so screwed after all. All of a sudden, there are corpses. Need 100 more corpses. I haven't. Hack and slash, and the reason we're talking about skipping Hakan is because we don't have... Because we're already coming up on 100 hours. Because we were supposed to finish Inquisition in September so we could play other stuff for October, and we're already getting into the middle of October with one game that really wasn't meant to spill over into October. So we can do Hakan another time, but I had read it wasn't so good. I asked around in chat. There's some agreement that it's pretty mediocre. And we had two options, really.
Somewhere nearby.
Pushing for the main campaign and Hakan in the 12 hours we've got today. I just don't want to rush Trespasser. I hear it's really good and being a fitting end for the game. I want to make sure we have plenty of time for Trespasser. Cook's diary. Neil noticed my unease. Been pestering me with questions about the girl. Told the dratted child to see to her duties and mind her own business, but at this rate, she's gonna start prying, and something will have to be done about her. Danielle's not a bad sort, even if she's a bit lazy. It'd be a pity to have to tell Lord Danterre he's being troublesome. Maybe I could just have the child fired. She knows her letters and numbers. There are any number of places that would take her. It's not too late for her. I wish it weren't too late for me and the others. Must go tend to my poor sweets. I hope today will be a good day.
This place, no fun.
We are getting corpses now, but I don't think they're gonna be showing up in great enough numbers to accomplish our goal. They're dropping 1 or 2 ring velvet each, and who knows how long it would take to get some fade touched out of it. Have to roll 100. Hey, Arsano. Best part of Hakan was probably the lore and the dragon. So there's an extra dragon fight in there. It would be nice to get that. But it kind of fizzles out. Like, starts good and fizzles a bit. I had to make myself breakfast this morning. It wasn't very good. When I saw Mother and Father, I couldn't stop crying. I don't know what to do. My friend says there's a way to be less lonely. It says not to be afraid. There are other games we can try, and I will feel better. Sounds like the kid was sensitive to magic and may have countered a demon. Kid was feeling left out. Well, I don't know if I played this before, and I don't think we've just picked up the whole story. It sounds like the kid may have, with the demon's help, killed her parents and then become very lonely. Oops, sorry. Yeah, let's make our way out of here. What is the way out? You know, I would like to say that the lore alone in Hakan, if it's considered good lore, I'd like to get that too. I would, but if it's 6 or 8 hours, that puts a lot of schedule pressure on at this point, since this whole playthrough is kind of in scheduling overtime this week. I bumped Doom. I added an extra day to the schedule. You know, it just keeps stretching out. Hack and slash, and if it was just treated as a zone and not a DLC, I think people would look at it differently. Thing is, it's a whole other zone? Does it feel like it could have just been part of the main game? We're up here. Let's. I wanted to do this before. I think we should be able to reach the top. The spot from which the woman fell. Up here. Edda's travel journal. 17 Herring. I don't want to go to Ferelden. I have to leave everything. The paintings, the cat, and worst of all, Mother's little garden. Been such a comfort to me since her passing. I don't know what I'll do. But Liesel has little Yves to think about, and the war threatens to consume more of Orlais every day. 20 Herring. The cat had her kittens the day we left. Make her look after her. I cannot. He couldn't even take a little one for Yves. No, he begged. Too small. Would have died without their mother. Poor Winter March. So tired. We spotted a house in the forest, abandoned. There's a roof and some hay, and Liesel agrees that we can stay here for a day or two to recover. Later in Winter March. Liesel and Yves have been gone a long time. Haven't seen them in days. Mother made a bed for them upstairs, and I suppose Yves is still young. Young ones need their sleep. So good to have Mother with us on this long journey. She always knows what to do. Today it rained. Rained today. Some things, you say them out loud, they sound. Hey, it rained. It rained today. Shoot me now. Mother and I played a hiding game in the house. I found Liesel. She didn't like it when I found her. She was screaming about Yves. I looked at what I wrote before and guessed there is an Yves. He's our dog. Mother told Liesel to be quiet. She was ruining the game. Why is this confusing me so? I'm missing some big context for this. I know we found the body down at the bottom a few streams ago. We were supposed to investigate the fall. Waterfall night. Mother says I bore her. She's just sick again, like she was back home. I didn't tend to her well then. She got sicker because of me, not this time. I asked her what she needed. She said there's a waterfall close by, and a wild crystal gray shrub growing by its edge. Wants me to get rose hips for her tea. Yeah, South Pond, something about that. Some of these read well, some of them don't read so well, and sometimes it's me, and sometimes it's a combination. But, that one scrambled my brain a little bit. I think I just missed something. I missed something there that would have given that proper context. Besides the fall, besides the body at the bottom. Yeah, hack and slash, and I'd heard that about Hakan. People were frustrated that it wasn't just part of the game. Alright then. War table, let's go investigate. Let's get that going. Investigate Samson's armor. Unless that's triggering the quest itself. Also, we can make some gear real quick. We can make some cool gear. Make a new bow. Maybe even make some new stabs. I think the person went mad. It did, Harsano. Yes, I think so. And I don't get the context for that. It sounded like there was confusion. Who was what was where. There was a move. Was the move real? It was hard to get from the writing which bits were real and which were madness. I was too distracted.
Your worship.
Distracted. War table first. Go get that snowy wyvern killed for Vivienne.
Message coming in.
Red Jenny and the Tanterville Charade. Fluffy Bunny 247, thanks for the host, man. Welcome. If you're out there. I believe we are now in the favor of a Red Jenny in the city of Tanterville. Near as it's possible to tell. Dwarven slaves in venatory hands. Gold! Where do we, get Samson's armor? Dead. Zero time. What is this? Cry in the Dark. Inquisition scouts supporting Legion of the Dead forces at the ruins of Hadron Tag. From the Darkspawn from the Descent DLC. Vapor Volta. However, strange cry recently emanated from the Titan caverns, loud enough to be heard at the mining lift's campsite above. The cry's source remains unclear, but the voice was described as not belonging to either beast or Darkspawn. Vapor Volta may be attempting to re-establish contact with her people and may require assistance. Alright. Small reconnaissance team or a joint team from the Inquisition and the Legion of the Dead can determine the source of this cry with minimal. So yeah, go with your team. Search of the Titan caverns all the way to Shaper Volta's last known location turned up nothing but a few small groups of Shah Brutal who were quickly dispatched. Volta seems to have disappeared. Not the only one who vanished. The grave site of Lieutenant Wren was recently disturbed. Remains are missing. Not known who took his body or why. Inquisition scouts reported one final discovery. The tunnel to the wellspring no longer exists. Attempts to delve into the blank rock face result in only broken tools and little trace on the stone itself. Somewhat nervously, but emphatically, the engineers recommend leaving it be. Wards received nothing. I've also heard mixed things on that hack and slash, and that Jaws of Hakan is suitable for post-campaign play. Well, there it is, finding Samson's weakness. It's just that someone's still tied up. Red Lyrium is very strange. How Samson's armor hasn't killed him, I don't know. I can find out, but it'll be time and money, tools, tests, and some books. Oh, who? Busy. "51 minutes more. Josie. Josie really the only one who can get that done? Strange. Strange. Red Jenny and the Tanterville charade. Note from Leliana on a letter from the Red Jenny in Tanterville. Inquisition. Your caravan got around. Drunk moneylender tipped that the money came from several merchants. Stole their records. All are different. So they hate you for different reasons and don't know a thing about Venatori. Here are their names anyway, probably useful to you. The names of several wealthy merchants follow. Sarah has also scrawled a note. Also a drawing of a fish with a hunter's horn. The raid knows her tricks. Long memory, too. They supply several honorable militias who would want no part of this. Perhaps we can take away their business. Yeah.
Inquisitor.
Cut off the money. Tape routes for agents in Crestwood. Opening secret tunnels will let us evade any prying eyes that turn towards Caer Bronak. Go for it.
Inquisitor.
I went back to the ward table to engage Samson's armor's investigation of Samson's armor. We can't do it quite yet. We need about 45 minutes until Josie is freed up, apparently. So it is, yeah, it's break time. First break. 12-hour stream today. Got 10 more. I like the plan. Not the missing out on Jaws of Hakan, but not being rushed to finish the main campaign. I hate rushing, especially in RPGs. You can rush when we play Doom. Alright, it's gonna be all run and gun anyways. I don't mean rush. You know, we're gonna be moving constantly in Doom. I like to go a little slower. I like to stop and listen. I want to read the lore. I want to talk to the companions. And I don't want to feel like, oh, this person's rambling on for 5 minutes. We're never gonna get through the DLC. I think the plan is good. We'll let Hakan slide by, and then, and we'll do Trespasser with proper time tomorrow. I'll see you in about 10 minutes. We'll continue.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.